What happens when the most evolved human collides with the most powerful being in the Marvel Multiverse? Today, we dive deep into one of the wildest and most mind-bending what-if battles, Lucy from the 2014 film, with her brain functioning at 100% versus the Beyonder, Marvel's omnipotent force from beyond all realities. At first glance, this may seem like a mismatch, but Lucy's powers are not to be underestimated. As she transforms from a frightened college student into a godlike being, she unlocks dimensions of perception and control far beyond normal comprehension. On the other side, we have the Beyonder, a cosmic force capable of bending the laws of existence with a mere thought, treating multiversal beings like playthings. So, can Lucy's evolved mind take on the embodiment of power itself? Let's explore their origins, abilities, philosophies, and ultimately who would win. Understanding Lucy's ascension. In the 2014 film, Lucy, Scarlett Johansson portrays a woman accidentally exposed to a synthetic drug called CPH4. This chemical unlocks access to increasing percentages of her brain's potential. As Lucy's usage climbs beyond 20%, she gains superhuman capabilities: telekinesis, telepathy, time manipulation, and ultimately omnipresence. At 100%, she becomes more than human. She becomes a digital god able to exist everywhere, process infinite data, and move through time freely. Her final form is not physical, but a consciousness merged with all information and matter. She creates a supercomputer, transfers her mind into it, and vanishes from the physical world. Her message to humanity: I am everywhere. Lucy's story is essentially about the evolution of intelligence and perception. She does fight with punches, but with thought, energy, and understanding. Her control over matter allows her to disassemble objects at will. Her command over time lets her observe the Big Bang and even glimpse the beginning of the Earth. She is a god in every sense, at least within her universe. But despite these enormous powers, there's still one limitation. Lucy is tied to the universe she evolved in. Her powers, while massive, don't transcend multiversal boundaries. And that where the Beyonder comes in. The Beyonder, power beyond understanding. The Beyonder first appeared in Marvel's 1984 Secret Wars event, created as the ultimate antagonist, who could challenge the combined might of every hero and villain. The Beyonder is not just from another planet or galaxy, from a reality entirely beyond the Marvel multiverse. Initially depicted as the supreme being of his own realm, he is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. His very curiosity about desire and human experience leads him to create Battleworld, a place where heroes and villains are forced to fight for the fulfillment of their deepest wishes. His powers are virtually limitless. He can erase universes, toy with the likes of Galactus and the Celestials, and alter reality with no strain. Even Dr. Doom, after stealing Beyonder's power, briefly becomes the most powerful entity in the Marvel universe. But Doom, a struggle to control it, proves how overwhelming that power truly is. Later comics would redefine and retcon the Beyonder multiple times, at one point identifying him as an immature cosmic cube and even an inhuman mutant. But despite the narrative shifts, one truth remains constant: the Beyonder represents raw, unfiltered, absolute power. He is more than a being, he is the embodiment of potential. So when comparing Lucy to the Beyonder, we are not just measuring ability, we are comparing evolutionary transcendence to primal omnipotence. Lucy achieved godhood through growth. The Beyonder was born beyond gods. He is the sandbox where gods are built and broken. His control extends far beyond what can be perceived or defined. Comparing powers and limitations. Lucy's powers include matter manipulation, telekinesis, omnipresence within her universe, time travel, and data absorption. She moves beyond language, beyond form, and essentially becomes a sentient system that merges with the very structure of the universe. She does just interact with information, she becomes it. Her intelligence and perception exceed anything ever seen in science fiction. She's evolution itself, the ultimate form of what humanity might one day become. The Beyonder, meanwhile, controls not just the information or energy of a single universe, but that of all existence. He created entire realities for experimentation. He can manipulate dimensions, control the flow of time and space across multiverses, and even destroy or resurrect abstract entities like death and eternity. He is not constrained by biology, logic, or even the narrative rules that define most characters. Where Lucy reaches the height of evolution, the Beyonder begins. While Lucy breaks the limits of humanity, The Beyonder defines the limits of creation. If Lucy tried to erase the Beyonder or digitally absorb his presence, she would quickly find that he exists beyond data, beyond particles, beyond code. Lucy's consciousness may spread through the internet or through atoms, but the Beyonder is the author of the very framework those things operate in. She is software. He is the operating system, the hardware, and the power source combined. Any attempt to contain, analyze, or manipulate the Beyonder would be futile. Final showdown: brainpower versus cosmic force. So what would happen if these two forces collided? Let's imagine the battle. Lucy might begin by trying to read the Beyonder's mind, manipulate molecules in his body, or send his consciousness through time. But she'd discover instantly that there is no mind to read, only a boundless awareness that exists in all states simultaneously. Her molecules would phase through him like mist through the cosmos. Her data-driven powers would collapse against a being who doesn't obey the rules of her existence. She might even try to flee into the digital realm, but the Beyonder would already be there. The Beyonder, curious as always, might observe her attempts with interest. He would need to fight with the thought he could rewrite Lucy's existence, strip her powers, or simply move her to a reality where she never gained CPH4. He could also grant her a wish or trap her in a loop of infinite perception, forcing her to experience every possible thought at once. While Lucy's evolution realized, the Beyonder is the architect of all evolution, the origin point of power and perception itself. The result is not a battle of fists or energy blasts. It's a clash of existential scales. Lucy is a marvel of human potential, a post-biological consciousness, and a queen of her reality. But the Beyonder is the canvas, the paint, and the artist of all realities combined. He is the code, the developer, and the system administrator of existence. Her every move is permitted only if he wills it. Even in a universe where Lucy is at her peak, the Beyonder is still more. He is everything that can be, and more than anything that has been imagined. Against this, Lucy's brilliance, as radiant as it is, becomes just a flicker. Her evolution is stunning, but his presence is overwhelming. Conclusion: who truly wins? And so, the answer becomes clear. Lucy is powerful, unimaginably so. But she is still a product of a single universe, a single evolutionary path, a single narrative. The Beyonder, on the other hand, is not bound by any of these limitations. He is power before understanding, reality before definition. He is not just beyond humans, he is beyond gods, beyond dimensions, and beyond the very logic that defines cause and effect. In a direct confrontation, Lucy would be overwhelmed not due to a lack of intellect or courage, but because she is simply playing in a sandbox the Beyonder built. Her greatest strength, her mind, would be a flicker against his omniscience. Her control over matter would be irrelevant to a being that defines matter itself. Her time travel would fold in front of a creature for whom time is not a river but a canvas. So while Lucy may represent the peak of what a human can become, the Beyonder represents what lies beyond becoming. He doesn't just surpass her, he contains the possibility of her. Her potential is a thread in the infinite tapestry of his will. Final result? The Beyonder wins effortlessly. Lucy's evolution is extraordinary, but the Beyonder's existence is infinite. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.